doctor, but I play one on TV. I know the problem, you've got just one policy. You do the opposite of what the Donald does. Don't know what you believe just because you got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. Open the borders, let Mamdani pick your pocket. Let the boys beat the girls, they got that extra rocket. A theology degree from Starbucks. You declare that America sucks. You got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. If you're red, alright, let's get this party started. If you're left, you're blue and probably retarded. Like Rosie, De Niro, Jimmy Kimmel, Kathy Griffin. No kings, no kidding, we don't live in Great Britain. If J6 was the worst thing you've ever seen, Soros, burning Sadies, a mostly peaceful thing. Bring back the cartels, commute their crimes, sack the fact checkers like the New York Times. He's a Nazi, a fascist, a racist dictator who lets you say what you wanna say.
Luke, I am your daddy.
You got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. No matter what he says, you must be really dumb, 'cause you keep blaming Trump for your problems.
Side effects of Trump derangement syndrome may include violent behavior, delusions, nightmares, insomnia, irrational hatred, hopelessness, anxiety, depression, blue hair, tantrums, inability to form coherent speech, difficulty maintaining gainful employment, and verbal diarrhea.
There's no cure in sight.
Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome to the program. Will you do me a finger? One finger, two finger, three finger, I don't mind. All fingers are good. Lift them, share them, like this, follow, subscribe. Today's program is going to be observational. We're just going to take a look at something. It's observational. We're going to take a look at importing Islam. This is part one. Of course, you're looking at an Islamicized Austin in that photo there. Do not confuse this with my series that I'm doing over on my locals, which, by the way, you see the red oval. You just click join. That's how you jump to my locals. And that's just a different version of my broadcasting where I do more in-depth training. Here's why I tell you this. When I do this Importing Islam one, which I'm going to do in multi-parts, that will be here on my base channel of Rumble. That's kind of an observational part to help you understand what's going on. And that's why just all you have to remember is 777 with the program. 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 days a week, 777, lucky, jackpot. We're all here. We're together. We can do this. We can open our minds. We can educate and do it. You have to remember that because the system does all it can to block the crap, the culture, race, and American politics. because they don't want you to know. So here's the differences I want you to understand. When I do this particular one, importing Islam, right here on the Anchor channel at Rumble, that's one thing. Over on my locals, I do deeper dives. That's where I take a singular topic and I give you the history of it completely. Like I did one on the history of Islamic rape culture. Why is it encouraged? Why is rape the law? Or like the one I recently did, Islamic beardless boys. You want to know where the gender, we had boys, girls, men, women, we only have two sexes. Where did gender come from? Where did the gender excuse come from? There you go, baby, right there. And that's when I do deep dives. And so that's completely different. By the way, aside from just remembering when the program airs, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 days a week, you have to take some initiative and check on your own. The system will always try to do their best to not give you notifications. That's why I do fixed programming. By the way, it's just like on my Twitter. You have to go check it. Don't wait for a notification. I'm there every day, multiple times a day. But you have to have the initiative to go check it. You have to like. You have to give it a finger and share. Don't wait for a notification. There is no notification because it's fixed. Try to remember that, okay? Try to remember that. What we're going to talk about, oh, by the way, one little bit of housekeeping. Thank you. Took one day. We hit number 1 with the new book, The Gollum Effect. And so this is category-wise. Got one more level to go up. That's bestseller and then number 1 bestseller, right? So we hit number 1. It took a day. And that's for our new book, The Gollum Effect, Precious Pixels, Deadly Devices, How the Digital Social Era is Creating Killer Kids, right? And then, of course, just a week ago, we released The Three-Toed Dragon. It's Communist China's secret war to end American artificial intelligence and data centers. You got to understand what it is. Anyway, great big thank you to your guys. Hitting number 1, new release. Still has a way to go. But it's awesome. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, in this program, what we're going to do is we're going to cover importing Islam because that's what we're doing. We're importing Islam. Today's program is brought to you by the fine folks at Goldco. Here's what I'm asking you to do, and you can get some free silver for it. Just do it. Lift a finger. Go to jovanlovesgold.com. This is why I partner with Goldco. Request your free gold and silver kit today because now is the time to protect your money with gold and silver, folks. But you've got to be proactive, just like anything. You've got to be proactive in covering your ass. So share this program right now because we're going to observe. We're going to take a look at Islam in the United States of America right now. Just open your eyes and take a look. And we'll discuss it as we roll through it. Share this. Got a couple of minutes to get ready. Here we go.
Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother. Wow, she tried to hit an agent with her car. Oh no, pop motherfucker, now she's gone. Yeah. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. You fuck around and find out it's what it is. Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo.
Are data centers going to destroy America? Will data centers and artificial intelligence rob our water supplies? Will it drive up our energy costs? What's fact? What's fiction? Here's the truth no one talks about. America must win the AI data center war or surrender the future to the great dragon. Award-winning, four-time best-selling author, technology, pioneer, and futurist, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer presents the definitive manual for winning this war against China, the three-toed dragon. Communist China's secret war to end American AI and data centers. China's relentless drive for AI dominance is no longer a distant threat. Through massive state-backed infrastructure, voracious energy consumption, and strategic control of global supply chains, the CCP is building an unstoppable technological empire. While America debates policy, China executes. This is not another tech trend. It is the decisive battlefield of the 21st century where data centers, power generation, cooling systems, and sovereign energy infrastructure will determine who controls intelligence, economic supremacy, and national security. This fact book, guidebook, handbook, and war plan cuts through the noise with meticulously researched intelligence on the hidden realities of AI data center demands. Exploding power requirements, industrial-scale water usage, heat island effects, liquid cooling breakthroughs, hydrogen and off-grid solutions, semiconductor vulnerabilities, and the strategic choke points China already exploits. It delivers actionable blueprints for American victory, from policy recommendations and energy independence strategies to practical deployment models for rural and sovereign systems that bypass fragile grids and foreign dependencies. For patriots, policymakers, energy entrepreneurs, technologists, and every citizen who refuses to live under digital authoritarianism, this is the essential field manual. America still holds the innovation edge, the resource base, and the will, but only if we act with urgency and clarity. The great dragon is moving at full speed. The time to seize victory in the AI data center war is now. Available on Amazon, hardbound, paperback, and ebook. Read it. Arm yourself.
Warning. The following program has been rated Dilligaff and is intended for open-minded audiences. If the truth offends you, or if you are allergic to focused intensity, intellectual athleticism, or the occasional F-bomb or even irreverent humor, please switch off now. If your delicate sensibilities need to be worried about or addressed, might we recommend the Underwater Basket Weaving channel to you? Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the wisdom, insight, and wicked sense of humor.
Cut the crap. How many times a day do you want to say that to politicians, the elite, the loony liberals, the fake news media, and the gender-confused emotional socialist snowflake crowd? Cut the crap is your secret weapon for fighting for our freedoms and our great republic. It all begins with a massive mental enema, freeing you from the toxic news and politically correct views, which constipate your consciousness with stinking thinking. Your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. He's known for calling out politicians and telling them to cut the crap. You've seen him on virtually every television network and listened to him on Coast to Coast Radio. And now he's here to help you learn to fight for America. Culture, race, and American politics. They all have one thing in common. They all need to cut the crap. Now, here's your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer.
Okay, folks, here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to talk candidly and observe about importing Islam, part 1. If you were to look at this image on the screen, it's a depiction of an Islamicized Austin, Texas. Let me tell you something about me. I will never, ever do content for clicks. I will never sell you fear porn. It disgusts me. If you've got somebody in a seat that's jumping onto a topic just because they can sell fear and it gets views, I have zero respect for that. The reason is because we are at war. It's a fact, just for the very soul of our country. And we must focus on the things that strengthen our country and understand the things that harm or destroy or undermine our country. I'll give you a good example. Some people are constantly sharing the fear porn crap about data centers. Fear porn, fear porn, fear porn. And they have no intellectual ability at all to understand how a data center is run, what's going on. All they know is it's a hot topic. And so they regurgitate the bullshit that everybody's regurgitating. Why? Because it gets views and clicks. When in fact, it's fear porn that is weaponized against the United States of America. And so what they're doing under the guise of a patriot, they think they're being a patriot. They're actually lulled into undermining the United States of America. But they're on the right side of history. They're righteous. Crap. I just want to let you know, you have my commitment. I will not do that to you. Why? I'm going to treat you like the adult in the room you are. I'm just going to show you facts. Here it is. Take a look at it. You make your own decision. That's why I use history so much. So we're going to look at this Islamic importation that's going on in the United States of America. Most people don't know, under many radars, we're being mocked. And they tell us exactly what they're going to do.
The future is ours. Every ideal nightmare of a Muslim Europe will come true. They can be as mad as they want. I don't care. America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house. We have to be a part of that change. We have to be a part of that da'wah. We have to be a part of those ghuraba who stand firm on our aqeedah and our practice and our deen and never ever apologize. We're unapologetic. Never ever compromise. We're uncompromising.
Do you know why they teach don't be apologetic and don't compromise? Because they understand the way to defeat America is its little soft snowflake nature of, well, I must apologize. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, it's my white colonialism. What we're going to do is we're just going to look factually at what's being said. Now, they speak truthfully. I'll give you an example.
Work all fucking day, you don't got shit. Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day. Free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah. Go to work for me, you fucking white animals. Fucking work for me. Yeah, you fucking work for me. And the US government they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work. Pay them taxes. Take care of me and my people. All right, this is my land. I control this place. This is my reality. You all gonna be enchained. I'm gonna lock all you guys up if you don't pay your taxes. You better fucking pay your taxes.
We get laughed at because we do this to ourselves. This is all right out in the open, even in major cities.
We're done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be upon.
I don't want to be left the correct religion. I don't. You got to like me. It's got to be nice. I'm sorry. I've had the wrong one all this time.
We're done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be upon, of Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear.
Give me an example. You don't need me to clickbait fear and tell you this is bad, this is bad, this is horrible. Audit it yourself. Use your own judgment. I will show you proof. And then you decide as the adult in the room what's really going on.
We're done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be a part of, Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens should hear it. Say it as if the Ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadan Rasulullah. There is no God worthy of worship except Allah, the God of Jesus, the God of Moses, the God of Abraham, and the God of the last and final prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
You make up your own mind. You make up your... Oh, were you watching about red tennis shoes, pizza, hot dogs, and 7 rays of light, and you missed this imported invasion? Let me guess. You were deeply enthralled with the machines change the votes. I saw it on TV. We'll pause there for a moment because I'm going to show you how far back this bullshit goes. And then again, you being the adult in the room, you decide what truth is. Now, we're supposed, like they said, we won't bow down, we won't change off, we won't be ashamed, we won't change our words. Why is that so profound in what they say? Is because Americans have been taught to apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend you? Did I look sideways? That's a microaggression. Oh my God. Did you see the bottom? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me kiss your feet. They understand that's America's weakness. But this has been a con a long time running. While our country apologizes for being white and our kids don't want to be white, and we're colonizers and we are the mad dog, rabbit enslavers of the world, let me show you a little bit of Islamic history from a history standpoint that I would guarantee you have never seen, and it is not taught in school, but it is a real fact of history. Here's your 3-minute history lesson. Pay attention.
For 300 years they came from the sea. They took the people, not from a colony, from Europe's own coasts. Every government paid, begged, and looked away. Then Britain sailed in, with an ally beside her. For 300 years, Barbary corsairs sailed from North Africa's coast. Algiers was their base. Spain, Italy, France, even Ireland and Iceland felt their reach. One estimate puts the number enslaved over the centuries above 1 million. That figure is disputed both ways. Ransom brokers grew rich. Coastal families lived in fear of a single sale. Kings and councils across Europe paid. The raids never stopped. By 1816, Britain tried one more time, through words alone. The Dey of Algiers agreed. He would stop the raids. For a while, it held. Then in May 1816, it broke. Around 200 fishermen under British protection were killed at Bona. Britain had run out of patience. Admiral Lord Exmouth was given a fleet and orders to end it. His flagship, HMS Queen Charlotte, had 100 guns. And Britain did not sail alone. A Dutch squadron joined the fleet, under Vice Admiral Van Capellen. British and Dutch, sailing as one force. August 1816, the fleet stood off the walls of Algiers. Exmouth sent his terms in. The Dey refused. At 2:30 in the afternoon, Exmouth gave the order. The guns opened fire. For 9 hours, British and Dutch guns hammered the harbour defences. The Corsair fleet in harbour was destroyed at anchor. Allied casualties, British and Dutch together, passed 900 killed and wounded. It was a hard-fought battle, not an easy one. By morning, the harbour defences lay silent. Exmouth demanded surrender. The Dey accepted. 1,083 slaves were freed at Algiers itself. Men and women of many nations and many faiths. The Dey repaid around £80,000 sterling he had taken in ransom money. Around 3,000 people walked free across all of 1816. The treaty broke the back of a 300-year system. It did not end the raids overnight. Raiding returned in the years after, on a smaller scale. It was the French conquest of Algiers, from 1830, that finally ended it for good. Britain and the Netherlands had broken a system 3 centuries old. Ordinary coastal families across Europe had lived in fear of that sail for 300 years. British and Dutch sailors stood against a system nobody else had stopped. Not for empire, for people who had no one else to stand up for them. Knowing their story, you stand a little taller. We are the home of British heroes. There is a place for you with us. Find out more at proudofus.co.uk/support. Be part of us. Be proud of us.
Okay, here's the question. Pop quiz, put it in chat. First, did you know this particular story? Yes or no? Did you know this particular story? Most people know. Right? Next, who were the enslavers that went and stole people, captured them, took their things, took their money, raped their women? Who were the enslavers? Put it in chat. Who were the enslavers? And by the way, ignore trolls and all that crap. Don't do it. Who were the actual enslavers? Who were enslaving the people? No, not Britain. You missed the whole thing. It was the Muslims. British were stopping it. It was the Muslims taking their slaves from Ireland and the UK. It was the Muslims that were enslaving people. From the shores of the UK and Europe, they took 1 million people. So you keep on hearing about slavery to Africa, white men. No. Every nation, every century, every mankind has been subject to slavery. But they tell you it is America. The Barbary Coast Muslims raided the UK and Europe, all the coastal cities. This was in 1816, and took over 1 million people. Now, let me ask you again. Have you ever been taught that history lesson? Most people never have. You've never, ever heard it. Ever. Why? Because we have been subject to this political beatdown of America because we made it breaking free from the system, that they've got to destroy us. And almost every school kid will tell you that Americans were the slave traders. Black Americans will believe that white people went to their country, took their men for slaves, raped their women, and colonized them. And it's a lie. The United States did not. And the United States had nothing to do with it. But that's not what you're taught. The reason you're not taught that is because we've been used as political puppets to return us back to serfdom and servitude for a very long time. And that same enslavement is still practiced today by capturing people's minds.
What up, America? It's Andrew Jackson, that guy you roll up to hit some powder. I founded the Democrat Party and chose the jackass as our mascot. Now, as you can probably tell, times have changed a bit from the party back in my day, and present-day Democrats will come to hate me, but that's your problem. Jackson started the Democrat Party to appeal to the common man. Democrats today sometimes give him credit for that, but only after calling him an evil white bigot. Needless to say, the party started off pretty sketchy by today's standards. We were by far the pro-slavery party all the way through the Civil War.
After the war, we cleaned up our act and supported the North's Reconstruction efforts. Totally kidding, we doubled down on racism and became the party of the Klan.
But seriously, we didn't have much of a platform after the war, except Jim Crow, but that was until our boy came in hot on his rollerblades. Then came the Depression. People lost trust in markets, so I wheeled in to drastically expand communism across the country, and Democrats been hooked ever since.
Up until this point, blacks had always voted Republican as they were the party that freed the slaves. But after FDR's New Deal, blacks swung 75% Democrat. This was a complete realignment, not because of civil rights, but because of economics. All while the Democrats were still the party of the Klan, and their stronghold was the South.
We pushed segregation throughout the South and filibustered the 1964 Civil Rights Act for 75 days. It wasn't until Republicans stepped up and found even more votes to pass the bill. So ask yourself, how are Democrats seen as the party of the civil rights? Well, it's because
Democrats are very persuasive. But again, it ultimately boils down to economic incentives. Once Democrats realize the power of government spending and handouts, you can appeal to any voter group and lock them in.
1, 2, 3.
Gays for Palestine.
Good luck with that.
So anyway, to sum it all up, my party has changed a shit ton, but it's not because of the mythical party switch. Democrats controlled the South all the way through the 1990s. But they did adopt new policies like massive social spending and welfare programs that allowed them to appeal to more diverse voting groups.
It's all about controlling people. Now, you know, and I've told you, hang on as I muck up a light there. Black Africans, people who are black and actually from Africa, are who enslaved people who are black from Africa. You know that. I've done tons on it. Why we're looking at this is because I want you to understand how much our mind is controlled for them to push us around, to turn us into what they want us as a nation to turn into. Because right now, the conquering that is going on is the system, the bad actors, conquering the United States of America. That's why we're taking a very hard look at this so you understand what's really going on. Now, let's hop over to the UK. Let's say you're walking down the street and a Muslim man calls you out for being white. Not only is he an illegal there, calls you out for being white and Christian and threatens you. Okay? What happens in the UK right now if that scenario occurs?
Bang, 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 bang. Bang. Give him one more.
You might notice that the police did nothing to the Muslim man in the city when the council mayor was killed by Muslims. They arrest the white UK.
Promise me, man. He hit me first. What the fuck? He started hitting me first.
Who actually attacked him. But who gets arrested? They take him to jail. As the Muslims stand over with phones, recording him, taunting him.
Calm down.
Don't make a scene.
Someone call the police, please.
No, I got you. You make a scene.
I got you. Someone call the police. Yeah, somebody.
No, you hold it. He just put his hand in. He's got his hand in.
The police.
That's the UK. Gangs rape a 15 or a 13 or a 12 or a 10-year-old girl. They get her drunk, get her side, get her drunk, or even pull her off the street, rape her. They go free. She goes to jail because she drank alcohol. The parents say that was why these bastards, infiltrators get free. And the parents go to jail for 2 years. You need to see the circumstances of this because it is subjugating. They'll tell you that Islam means peace. It does not. It means subjugation. All of this is signaling to make you shut the hell up. Just like the system did to Tina Peters, railroading her to jail. It was to make county recorders shut up, don't look, don't do anything, or we'll run your life and send you to jail. This is the real-time stuff that we're dealing with, folks. But I want you to observe with your own eyes. And by the way, let's go into American prisons. By the way, they've stopped giving out Bibles. You cannot preach Christianity, but you can do this in prison.
Allahu Akbar. Look at all the ox. All the ox. Allahu Akbar.
Just use your own eyes.
We're witnessing an invasion. They are not refugees. No, this is an invasion of mass Islamization of Europe. And so this is a global political agenda by the powerful of the world to destroy Europe culturally and religiously. I mean, to destroy Christianity ultimately in Europe.
So the pastor in this video makes a very good point. He says that there is a global political agenda to destroy Western nations and their religion. And Tucker Carlson also made this very good point too that goes right along with what this guy is saying because, you know, they're not really globalists. They're only targeting Western nations, and there's a reason for that. Just listen to this.
But they're not really globalists, are they? Because they're not doing this to China and Africa and the Middle East. They're not saying those nations need to invite a lot of people from different parts of the world.
It's only one side.
It's anti-Western.
Yes.
They're saying that there's something about a majority white Christian country that's inherently threatening, and we're going to destroy it. And that's it is exactly what they've done. It's around the world.
They did that in France, in UK, in Germany, and now in Canada.
Yeah, so you've got basically Russia left, and of course that's the country they hate most. So it is a tell. Like, they're not screaming at Chairman Xi to let in a bunch of people from Nigeria. It's like not even on the table. They're not even demanding Japan do that. It's just Canada, UK, Western Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and the US, and that's it.
So really think about that because it's true.
Now you understand why they were threatened by somebody like Charlie Kirk on campuses, because if somebody's armed with the truth, which is what we have to be armed with, all of this falls apart. Let's go to a campus.
Should we be stoning the gays?
Well,
should we be killing and taxing the non-believers?
It's not okay. So
I'm asking you.
there's laws to it. Islam literally translates to peace. It's a religion of peace.
Islam does not translate to peace.
It does.
How's it going? No thanks. Hi, what's up?
Hello.
What's
We're
up?
the Muslim Student Association.
Cool. Do we all speak Arabic here?
She speaks Arabic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we trying to encourage here today?
We're just spreading Islam and, trying to just get destigmatized, like misconceptions around Muslims and, what people think of us and what the media shows them. We're trying to, change that.
Okay.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
But what about Islam do you want to change the public perception of?
Things that were violent, that Islam is oppressive with women, that we hate Jesus, a bunch of misconceptions like that. We're trying to change it. Islam literally translates to peace. It's a religion of peace.
Islam does not translate to peace.
It does.
The word Islam translates to submission to the will of Allah.
No.
It does. It does.
No.
You know this.
The word Islam translates to peace.
But you know that's what it means.
That's
what
it means.
Islam
Religion
means
itself.
Submission to the will of Allah.
Yes.
You know that, right? So it means submission to the will of Allah, not peace.
But the word Islam translates to peace.
No, that's salam.
Linguistically.
Salam.
Yeah, and the root word comes from what?
Salam.
Peace.
Salam, exactly. That's peace. Islam is submission.
It's a religion of peace. That's the point.
Really?
I'm Christina Awayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. Outrage is erupting in Little Rock, Arkansas, over a city-approved Islamic residential project that requires buyers to sign a private Islamic bill of assurance where the community would be ruled by Sharia law. It will have 2 mosques, an Islamic school, clinic, and related facilities under ongoing control by the Linked Mosque Organization. The project sits in the John Barrow neighborhood area of Little Rock on a 6-acre site. City planning records show the Little Rock Planning Commission approved the New Africa development by the Islamic Center for Human Excellence, or ICHE, on a 10-0 vote in December of 2020. Okay, here are the details. 22 single-family homes planned, with multiple homes already built and sold. Additional lots approved. 2 prayer halls totaling nearly 10,000 square feet. 1 2,953 square foot mosque on Lot 7, and 1 6,750 square foot mosque on Lot 23. A 4,500 square foot Islamic educational building and school. Health clinic, community garden, playground, and parking spaces. Perpetual oversight by ICHE or the New Africa Homeowners Association. The binding Islamic Bill of Assurance that every buyer and seller must sign states, in part, buyers and sellers are aware that this development is for the purpose of creating a wholly owned residential, all Islamic community conforming to the social guidelines given in the Quran, and all parties agree to this purpose. It includes enforceable rules on architecture, maintenance, and Quranic moral codes, aka Sharia, such as restrictions on alcohol, with the mosque-linked HOA holding permanent control. That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina Awani.
Here's what you need to know about that, because this is coming. I'm going to cover more in a minute as I wrap. If you say anything against Islam while you live in that community, because of the contract you've signed and the homeowners association, they get to take over your property, repossess it, and evict you. Are you going to do anything that jeopardizes the property you invested in? Well, see, they're pushing this through schools. It's a slow, gradual invasion that a lot of people aren't paying attention to.
Are you ready for a case that's going to the Supreme Court that involves Islamic indoctrination in a New Jersey middle school? Well, buckle up, because this one gets a little crazy. This is from the Thomas...
New Jersey? Wait, that other one was Little Rock.
Are you ready for a case that's going to the Supreme Court that involves Islamic indoctrination in a New Jersey middle school? Well, buckle up, because this one gets a little crazy. This is from the Thomas More Law Center that's petitioning the Supreme Court to reverse a lower court decision in an 8-year saga that all began in 2017 when Libby Hilsenrath discovered that her 12-year-old son was being shown propaganda videos at his middle school in New Jersey. Way over the line Islamic propaganda videos that were proselytizing to the students. Now, the middle school tried to counter that this was a mandated class on world culture and geography, and that they were teaching students about all religions, about Buddhism, Hinduism, etc. But these videos on Islam hit a little differently. One of the 5-minute videos they were shown included phrases such as this: Muhammad, peace be upon him, I'm not saying the other one, is the last and final messenger of God. God gave him the noble Quran. What is the noble Quran? Divine revelation sent to Muhammad, last prophet of Allah, a perfect guide for humanity. The noble Quran, without any doubt, an eloquent guide from Allah, and Islam, a shining beacon against the darkness of repression, segregation, intolerance, and racism. And it ended with these words: may God help us all find the true faith, Islam. This was in a school. Even worse, the background music for this video includes the poem Qasida Burda in Arabic, describing Christians and Jews as infidels, and praising Muhammad in gruesome detail for unaliving them. And that wasn't even the only video they were shown. The next video instructed these 7th graders in how to make the Muslim profession of faith, in other words, how to convert, and how to set up their own mosque tours. And Mrs. Hilsenrath also discovered that her son had been given homework, a fill-in-the-blanks worksheet that was the Muslim profession of faith, the Shahada, which of course says there is no God but you know who, and you know who is his messenger. They had her son and the rest of the class, 7th graders, in New Jersey, saying and writing this. This is what we're up against. And while the media is discussing this mostly in terms of parental rights, buckle up. This is going to be a really, really, really crazy ride. Oh boy, the joys of pluralism. CC Pope Leo.
Now you see why I've been doing the series I'm doing to help you understand this completely. But hell, you know, we did Texas, we did New Jersey, we did Little Rock. I got more on Little Rock coming. But like I said, it's just the Western civilizations
GB News can exclusively reveal that a Welsh primary school has been slammed after worried parents were branded racist for raising concerns about...
Oh my God! Don't ever call me racist. I'm not racist. Feelings. You saw all of what that was prepping for.
GB News can exclusively reveal that a Welsh primary school has been slammed after worried parents were branded racist for raising concerns about an Islam lesson. Let me explain. Seaview Primary School in Swansea recently brought in a representative from a local mosque to teach the school children about Islam. But parents complained that Christian denominations don't get the same representation in their religious education lessons. Apparently, parents were not informed about the visits beforehand, and then when some objected to the lessons, they were apparently made to feel as though they were racist. Children were being marked down on things like misspelling mosque or Quran. But there is a bit more to this. There is even the claim that one of the children said, I'm Christian, I don't pray to Allah, and that the person who came in to that school to give that talk and to be with the children said that by the time you hit year 6, you will all be Muslim. Well, local Reform UK councillor Francesca O'Brien organised a public meeting this morning to discuss the issue. She joins me now live. Francesca, thank you very, very much. Tremendous to have you on the show. So what is it that local parents are, A, complaining about, B, so worried about?
A couple of things. Thank you, Patrick. Actually, this morning was quite an eye-opener. Many of the parents contacted me at the end of last week raising concerns that a representative from one of the local mosques here in Swansea attended the school without the parents' knowledge. And they were taught how to pray on a mat, how to fast, and reciting prayers to Allah. I took phone calls from parents where they said the children were reciting the prayer off the top of their head. And these are children as young as 5. So it does raise a number of concerns. I could feel that there was a lot of tension in the community. I was asked to attend. I said I was happy to listen to them. I think they felt unheard. So today was quite an eye-opening. And as I said, there was a number of parents there, some too scared to even come because they felt they would be branded racist. There have been accusations that a parent in particular was called a racist, and that is something we're going to be looking into. But huge issues there. The imbalance of religious beliefs. You know, do children actually know the Lord's Prayer? We're meant to live in Britain, we're in a Christian country. So is there an imbalance in religious studies in our primary schools here in Wales? And I think maybe we've only just touched the tip of the iceberg.
When you watch these dialogues, what you should notice is as it became you're racist. Racist is the key word, and that's how you shut people down. And you're colonists, and then it went to microaggressions. You're actually seeing the war tactic that so few people pushed back on. I'm not racist. A word. The thing that most people defended against, well, I'm not racist. It was all designed to enslave people. And here we are. And when it gets in your face, forcing your kids to go through conversion classes in school, parents aren't going to speak up because they don't want to be labeled as racist. Think about that for a minute. This is how the wars fought. This is what all this prep has been for. And I've always told you, it's about the words. All of this has been prep. And you look how far it's gone. Now, I'll only do this if you answer in chat. I have a 6-minute video. If you want to see, like in Little Rock, what the hell's going on in Little Rock, Arkansas, the heartbeat of the country, I will play it for you. If you want to really see how this is positioned, how it is sold, how it is pitched, let me know in chat. I'll play it. I promise you, I will not interrupt it. I will show you how they get these things across. Here we go.
With suggestions of community members and guidance of our imam and scholars and city officials, we developed a master plan. We are American Muslims, the future of Islam in America. We embrace the American culture while preserving our Islamic identity. We adhere to values taught by our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, and aim to serve our society with pride. We are the Islamic Center of Little Rock. With the blossoming Muslim population and no room to expand in our existing facility, Islamic Center of Little Rock has taken a bold, visionary step. It has acquired a 7-acre parcel of land in an upscale neighborhood, close to where a large number of Muslims live.
This project and this land, it's about 5-minute drive from 80% of the population of the Muslim members in the city of Little Rock. So inshallah, we hope to get the support from the community and from outside the community and from everywhere to make this project and this dream come true and build the future together, inshallah.
With suggestions of community members and guidance of our imam and scholars and city officials, we developed a master plan.
That's the future for our coming sons, boys, girls, and everybody. We need to make this dream, this project, inshallah, true, and this will only be done by your support. We need to come together to give full support for our future project, inshallah.
Once completed, this 2-story facility will become a hub for the Muslim community to fulfill their spiritual, social, and educational needs. The new center will feature a huge parking lot to accommodate nearly 200 cars. Our spacious masjid would be the heart of the center for prayers, religious gatherings, and study circles. The existing school, the Huda Academy, which is currently up to 8th grade, will become an institution unlike any other.
My name is Ziad Abdullah. I'm the principal of Huda Academy. Well, alhamdulillah, we have around 140 students now with a full middle school, 6th through 8th grade. Community is big and they need a nice school in West Little Rock that can be close by their houses, their businesses.
With classes from nursery to 12th grade, staffed by the most qualified teachers.
One last time. MashaAllah.
It would be able to provide quality education, including Arabic language, Quranic tajweed, and hifz, along with Islamic studies to over 250 students. The school will also feature a modern science and computer lab and a library. A professional gymnasium, outdoor soccer field, and a volleyball court. a running track, and a state-of-the-art playground for kids. Everything that attracts and benefit the whole community. Our multi-purpose hall would accommodate small to large functions such as seminars, interfaith gatherings, graduations, and other celebrations. The facility is designed to be family-friendly. It will include a youth center and baby care center. We urge you to participate and help us build an Islamic center where strangers become friends and friends become family. Islamic Center of Little Rock. We are the future of Islam in America.
Nice. Great words. So peaceful for everybody of interfaith to come. Except if you understand Islam, you understand one of the weapons they use is that it is honest and just to lie to your enemies, to convince them there's something you're not, so you can subjugate them. But most people don't know that. No, it's the religion of peace. Salam is not Islam. Islam is not Salam. They're two different things. And of course, one of the things I showed you is where in the 1960s, the new branding of the religion of peace came from, because it never was. It's not what it means. Now, I show you this to let you know, there's a lot of things in this world you can be pissed about. You got a book in the library and a little boy cuts off his wiener and he's magically a girl. You've got to understand all the distractions they throw at us are to break us into smaller groups and factions. You decide something's important, you get on it. But what happens is we never deal with the root cause of the disease. What I try to do in the education I bring, which is why I don't do short videos. I don't give a I don't want somebody to say, well, if you can't do it in 1 minute, it's not for me. There you go. I'm not for you. I accept it. Because winning this is not for the ignorant. It's for the knowledgeable. And that's why I try to work to give you the information. You can decide for yourself. You can decide for yourself if this is a problem. If you think it's a problem, you've got to get educated on it. If you think this is a problem, you got to understand to defend it with knowledge. That's why I do the specials over at Locals. You can click that button and join. That's where I do the deep dives on all of this. So you understand it by date, by why, what it's implemented. And it's not in bite size. I'm more than a mouthful. It is to change your brain. We have to fight the fundamental causes of these things and not all the little bullshit wars and symptoms. Think about how much time was wasted in the con, which was done by Antifa. Jennifer Flynn said 7 rays of light. Think about how many fraudcasters took off on that one little thing. And it was talked about, and how much people's time got wasted. Well, that was 7 rays of light, and that was a prophetess. It means he's not as Christian as we are, and he doesn't say Jesus. Think about how much time's wasted on the petty. See, if the system can get us to waste time on the petty, to stay hyphenated, to stay divided, to stay fractured. Well, he's not Christian enough, or get it? It is what keeps us away from the fundamentals. It's just like sports. Get back to the fundamentals, you'll win. We've got to get to the fundamentals. I'm going to deliver you multiple installments of this, Importing Islam. This is different. Instead of the history of Islam that I do in Locals, the Importing Islam, I just want you to see with your own eyes. I trust you to be able to see it, understand it, and to make the right judgment for you, your family, and your country. Because if you're choosing to avoid it, you're not making the right choice for your country, which means it will still get around to your family, which you think you're protecting. See, that's the irony about it. You think you're protecting your kids or your grandbabies or whatever. I don't let them do it. But But if you're not addressing where they infiltrated, your kids and grandkids are spending more time at school than they are with you. They're going to get there. That's why you got to get down to the fundamental causes of this stuff and understand it. And you've got to become vocal. Okay? You've got to become vocal on this. Anyway, I'm going to hop over to locals next. It's only going to be an Ask Me Anything. A lot of things have been going on. A lot of things are happening. Like, I don't even know if you knew, when the president came back from Turkey, he didn't even fly Air Force One because they felt he would get assassinated in the plane owned by the government. Did you know that? So if you've got questions, everything going on, just want to chat a bit, I'm going to hop over to locals next. I'll put the link in the credits as this rolls to give you time to jump over. It'll be your program there where you get to ask me and we'll dialogue. See you on the flip side. Share this.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. I know the problem, you've got just one policy. You do the opposite of what the Donald does. Don't know what you believe just because you got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. Open the borders, let Mamdani pick your pocket. Let the boys beat the girls, they got that extra rocket. A theology degree from Starbucks. You declare that America sucks. You got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. If you're red, alright, let's get this party started. If you're left, you're blue and probably retarded. Like Rosie, De Niro, Jimmy Kimmel, Kathy Griffin. No kings, no kidding. We don't live in Great Britain. If J6 was the worst thing you've ever seen, Soros, burning Sadies, a mostly peaceful thing. Bring back the cartels, commute their crimes. Sack the fact checkers like the New York Times. He's a Nazi, a fascist, a racist dictator who lets you say what you want to say.
Luke, I am your daddy.
You got that TDS. You tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. No matter what he says, you must be really dumb, 'cause you keep blaming Trump for your problems.
Side effects of Trump derangement syndrome may include violent behavior, delusions, nightmares, insomnia, irrational hatred, hopelessness, anxiety, depression, blue hair, tantrums, inability to form coherent speech, difficulty maintaining gainful employment, and verbal diarrhea.
There's no cure in sight.
Is technology killing our children? Are we inadvertently tuning our precious children and grandchildren into killers? The Gollum effect is real and it is stealing our children. Award-winning, 4-time best-selling author, technology pioneer and futurist, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer presents the definitive manual saving your children, grandchildren, and all future children from The Gollum Effect. precious pixels. Deadly devices, how the digital and social era is creating killer kids. The Gollum effect is real, and it is stealing our children. The Gollum effect is not fiction or exaggeration. It is the quiet, relentless transformation happening in homes, schools, and bedrooms across our nation. Just as Smeagol became the hollow, obsessive Gollum clutching his precious ring, our children are being consumed by screens, algorithms, and digital validation that promise connection but deliver isolation, anxiety, fractured attention, and distorted identities. We see it in the toddler who tantrums without a tablet, the teen who cannot hold a conversation without checking notifications, and the young adult adrift in comparison and purposeless scrolling. As parents and as a nation, we must name this enemy clearly. It is not neutral technology. It is a powerful force engineered for addiction that preys on developing brains, eroding the very qualities our children need most. Deep focus, real relationships, resilience, creativity, and a secure sense of self. Ignoring it or downplaying it has already cost us dearly. Our most precious commodity, our children, our future, is at stake, and the time for complacency is over. We must know the enemy in this battle and be willing to face them head-on. To win this battle, we must first know the enemy, and then face it with courage and strategy. The Gollum effect thrives on convenience, normalization, and profit-driven design that exploits boredom, fear of missing out, and the human need for connection. It hollows out childhood through endless stimulation while starving young minds of unstructured play, nature, hands-on mastery, and undivided attention from loving adults. Facing it means rejecting the lie that everyone is doing it, or that screens are harmless entertainment. It requires intentional action, delaying personal devices, creating tech-free zones and rhythms, prioritizing outdoor adventures and real-world skills, teaching critical thinking about algorithms and comparison, and modeling presence ourselves. Parents, educators, extended family, faith communities, and mental health professionals all have vital roles. The good news is that practical, proven strategies exist, from family media audits and screen-free weeks to rich offline learning, spiritual formation, and accountability partnerships. We do not have to fight alone. When we name the threat and choose presence over convenience, we begin reclaiming the minds and hearts of our children. We can win this battle and save our future, but you must have a solid knowledge base and the tools needed to win. We can win this battle, and we must, for the sake of our children and the soul of our nation. Every family that implements device curfews and real-world adventures, every classroom that goes phone-free during learning, every faith community that forms identity in something eternal, and every young person who chooses accountability and purpose strikes a blow against the Gollum effect. Victory looks like children who play creatively for hours, teens who build deep friendships and meaningful skills offline, and young adults who enter life with focus, resilience, and hope. It looks like families eating together undistracted, laughing, and truly knowing one another. The battle is winnable because human beings were made for more than pixels. We were made for wonder, relationship, creation, and contribution. Our children are worth every uncomfortable choice, every boundary, and every redirected hour. Let this be our rallying cry. We see the enemy, we know how to fight it, and we will not surrender the minds and futures of our most precious gift. Together, as parents and as people, we can break the hold of the Gollum effect and raise a generation that is truly free, present, purposeful, and full of life. Available on Amazon, hardbound, paperback, and ebook. Order now. The time to act is now. Our children are counting on us.